Hello all and welcome back to another wonderful video. Today I'm here on the Ponytown community subreddit, the unofficial subreddit that is, because today it's been a month since last time I've done this. We're going to take a look at some of your builds that you have shared on this community subreddit. Now I'm going to tell you up front, before we get any further into this video, a lot of these are by the same person. Now I don't normally like to do that because I like to show as many people's builds as possible to give as many people an opportunity to see their work here on the video or whatever like that, right? But for whatever reason, this user here, Alistair Saitama 666, is basically the only person that has been on the subreddit the past month, at least in terms of putting up their builds and things like that on here. Here's one here by Nerd Sauce, which has a couple of really interesting good things there. And then, of course, we'll look at a couple of others as well. But starting with this one right here, which, of course, is the McDonald's menu. They photoshopped themselves here in this other photo. It's funny. But anyway, they got McDonald's meals here. We got like the fries, and I think it just looks nice. I always love to see people make different kind of dishes and things like that in Ponytown, because it's so interesting to see how people do it. I mean, like, they got some sauces here, they got some burgers and things, and I'm not sure what this is here. They got drinks here. I mean, like, they got a lot of different things going on here. I'm not sure what the potatoes are supposed to be. That just sounds like a pile of potatoes. But like, oh, nuggets. Yeah, that makes sense. That's probably what that is. But yeah, they just got a handful of things on here. Not super impressive or anything like that, especially not compared to what else they have on this list. But let's go ahead and take a look at something that's not by Alistair Saitama, which is this one right here by Crystal Kits. They made a pretty cool little clock. They say it's not original. They say they have someone else had this idea or whatever like that, and they kind of just are using it, I guess. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure how they even went about doing this, other than maybe, I guess, they probably put like these bookshelves right here on the wall, right behind it or something. But I think it looks pretty cool. Here's another clock. This one looks much more lovely because they actually made the area around it look pretty cool. And honestly, I love it. It's just a cool idea. Like they said, it's not super original. I'm not 100% sure who I've seen this from before in the past, but I know someone's made clocks before in the past. But I find them impressive every time I see them because I like clocks. I don't know, I'm a weird clock guy. But anyway, upvote that and move on back to Saitama here. He made this very interesting little house here. I think it looks pretty cool. I don't have a whole lot to say about it other than it looks pretty cool. They have this nice little black void here where you can go in and out of the building or whatever like that, which is technically the actual like party house, as you can see from a little bits that are poking out or whatever, but there's not much you can do about that. But anyway, I think it looks pretty cool. The way they use the clamshells and the iron nuggets and things like that to kind of give this illusion of like a rocky stone wall or whatever, like a cobblestone wall, I guess you could say, works out perfectly. They have like a chimney type thing here, another chimney type thing over here. The trees are placed in such a way that it kind of helps with it, but these two trees right here that are hiding the party house makes it difficult to like erase that from my brain, because all I see is two trees that are just like climbing through your house. It looks a little bit weird to me, but there's not really much you can do about that because you kind of have to cover up the house there, because otherwise it would look just as weird. So they did the best with the limitations here in Ponytown, and I think it overall worked out pretty well. My favorite part is honestly this front porch right here, as well as the little entrance that they have here. I think it just looks really lovely and everything. But yeah, that's enough of that one. Let's take a look at this one here by Banana Chariot. We've seen this person before. They made some plushies and the instructions for them, but here's some of the plushies and things like that they made. But overall, I think this is pretty cool because I'm not gonna say it looks cool, but it's kind of creepy, and I don't know how to feel about it. It gives me really weird vibes because you got all the main six here or whatever like that, plus Spike, and it's kind of freaking me out a little bit because it looks good, but it also looks kind of weird. Not bad, but weird, and it gives me weird vibes. Okay, that's all I can say about it. But yeah, there you go. There's the instructions on how to make each of them, sort of. I mean, they just give you kind of the pieces, and that's about it. But yeah, that is theirs over there by Banana Chariot. They were all over the subreddit on the last video that I did on this. But for now, let's move back to Saitama, who has this interesting cafe here with a random black void in their photo. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. But I really like this cafe. It's kind of simple, but it looks pretty cool. I really like it, especially the weird little black orb void thing over here. But yeah, I love the way they set up the tables and things like that. I would have to be there physically to know for sure if these are, you can even get in these chairs. But if you can, amazing work. If you can't, how dare you? Also, another couple things to note about this. These arches here, they look really good. I love them, but some of them are sitting on the actual couch itself. So you're gonna have to adjust some of those or something like that. But it looks good. I love the way the arches are there and everything like that. But yeah, it does need a little bit of adjusting to kind of make it, you know, make more sense and everything. Nice seats with nice tables. Some cups on each table for some reason. I probably would have put a plate there and a cup or something just because, you know, it's like setting the table, so to speak. But yeah, I love this. I can't say much else about it other than I really like it. But yeah, let's move on to this one here. They also are the same user. They made themselves a boat, a couple of boats actually, quite a few boats. I really love this one here especially. I love when people make like these huge boats and things like that in Ponytown. I don't know what it is about them, but I just love seeing them in the game. Unfortunately, they don't always look quite right, or sometimes they look a little bit weird or off or something like that. But ultimately, these are pretty cool. I love these. Definitely, like, the illusion gets broken the more you move around and more you walk around on these boats. But I gotta say, they're pretty good. I don't know what this random face is. I should have, what the fuck? But yeah, those are some boats, but again, by the Saitama person. Saitama? Yeah, Saitama, or whatever. And yeah, I like it. I like pirate stuff. I like boats. Here's another one. They made themselves a bird, and I gotta be honest with you guys here. When I first saw this, I immediately was like, how the fuck did they get a bird in Ponytown? Like, that was the first thing I said in my head, and I was like, oh, wait, no, that's like fruits and stuff. Like, you got a blueberry there, you got some candles here, and like one of those rose hip things, and some peppers and stuff, and boom, you got yourself a bird. And the cage, of course, like, I could tell immediately that was not like an actual cage, but the cage looks pretty good itself. The way that the cage is set up actually kind of makes the bird look even more real, because in this photo here, it doesn't look as real. Maybe it's because it's zoomed in more or something like that, but with the cage around it, it looks more realistic. Someone with illusion experience can tell me why, but yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. This is one of my favorites out of this whole video, just because I love birds, and this bird here that they made looks very good. But that is going to do it for the video. That is going to do it for all of them. There are so many here by this same user. They made themselves a motorcycle, which I'm not a super big fan of. All kinds of things like that. This huge tree thing. Freaking more buildings. Some red light, green light stuff here. Some hanging things. They even have a lever for it and everything like that. Overall, they have some pretty cool things on here, but a lot of them were by the same person. Here's one that's not by the same person, which I didn't really even notice until just now, but it actually is kind of lovely. They got like a little bath over here, and some stools that are sitting up kind of high. Don't know why they have so many love letters and stuff like that on their counter, but hey, you know, I'm not gonna judge. Anyway, that is gonna do it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do consider liking, subscribing, sharing, and doing all of those wonderful things like that, because when you do those wonderful things like that, not only do you get access to wonderful content such as this, but you also get to become wonderful yourself, and I think we all want that. So do those wonderful things, and until next time, stay wonderful.